What is going on, traders? What a crazy day in the market. The NASDAQ is only 8% away from making all-time highs. Dow Jones and S&P basically made all-time highs. There was an epic bounce back in the market. That is why we buy the dips, guys, as I've been saying. It is the only certain tool that we have in our pockets. We can speculate about whether the market found a bottom, whether this is a dead cat bounce. It very well could be. However, buying the dips and the crashes is one of the only surefire ways that provide you with an edge long term. Over the last 92 years, the S&P has an average annual return rate of 10%. The stock market goes up way more than it goes down. And I talked about in one of my previous videos that the average bull market lasts 4.5 years. The average bear market lasts 11 months. But anyway, the point of this video is I want to go over the Roblox IPO. Roblox is set to do a direct listing tomorrow, and the time of this recording is March 9th. So Wednesday, March 10th, Roblox is set to IPO through a direct listing. Now, we've seen direct listings more and more throughout the years. Spotify was a direct listing, Palantir was a direct listing, Asana, Slack was a direct listing as well. So I'm going to be giving you the details of the IPO, how I'm looking to trade it, and some of the financials of the company, why I'm super bullish on Roblox, and why I think you should be as well. But if you get anything out of this video, leave it a big fat thumbs up just like this. Leave it in the comment section below. Let me know if you're excited to buy Roblox or not. And if you want to join our private trading group where I sent out all of my buy the dip trades, all of my options trades, everything that I bought in the dip, portfolio looking insanely green today. Link is in the description below. Join almost 5,000 traders in our group. Thank you to each and every one of you. Let's get right into it. Okay, so let's get the important stuff out of the way first. What time, what price is Roblox going to be IPOing at? So the reference price for the Roblox IPO is $45 a share. Does this mean that you will get Roblox at $45 a share? No, probably not. For those of you that remember, Palantir IPO'd at $10 a share, but its reference price was actually $7.25. So we can expect Roblox to come a little bit higher than this. Asana's reference price was $21 and it started trading at $27 when it first opened. So we can expect some level of deviation from this, obviously to the upside most likely. I'm expecting maybe $55 to $60 for Roblox, although this is a very high profile IPO. We'll get into the numbers and the valuation later, but this company is valued already at $30 billion. Now, with IPOs, the time that they go live can get a little tricky because there isn't an exact time. If there is something that you want that IPOs that day, you will have to watch out for the market all day. Set alerts, do something, text a friend, tell them to text you while you're at work. There isn't a set time, so you will likely not see this when the market opens. Palantir and Asana, I think they IPO'd between 11 a.m. and 12 p.m. Eastern time. Same thing with Airbnb and DoorDash, although those two were not direct listings. So keep your ears to the street, keep your eyes peeled. I'm expecting maybe somewhere around 11 a.m. to 12 p.m. Eastern. That seems to be the popular time because there's still a few hours left in order to trade the thing, but there are no rules to this. It really could be any time throughout the day as long as it's before market close. Also, let's take a look at some of the previous high profile direct listings like Spotify and Palantir and see how much the price increased from the IPO day. That way we can get a sense for whether we should get in this on IPO day or whether we should let the price die down a little bit. So if you see here, as I said, Palantir opened up at $10. It reached a high back in the end of January of $45, so 4.5 times the IPO price. If we look at Spotify, it opened up at $165.90 and it reached a high just a few weeks ago of $388. And if we look at Slack, Slack opened up at $38.50, which was rather high because it really didn't get back there until a year later, a full year after it IPO'd, and currently it's trading at $40.70. And as I said, Asana opened up at $27. A few months later, it was trading at $43. Now, why am I bringing these companies up? Well, all of these companies were direct listings as opposed to a traditional IPO like Airbnb or DoorDash. See, if you remember those two IPOs, the prices went insane before we even had a chance to grab those shares. And the reason is because through a traditional IPO, they could do crafty things like hold a Dutch auction for the shares that are about to IPO to gauge where the consumer interest is. Moreover, they won't even let you touch the shares first. The shares go to institutional banks first, and then the institutions sell them to the public. So it is already passing through a bunch of hands before it actually gets to the retail investor. And they can already gauge how much price inflation the retail investor is willing to take on by holding these silent auctions or these Dutch auctions. With a direct listing, they don't go through an underwriter. The company just lists it directly, and there's no lockup period, so they allow investors and employees to actually sell their shares to people like us. That is why you get a price that is very close to the reference point as opposed to an IPO, where I think Airbnb's IPO was supposed to be like 50 something bucks and it ended up IPOing at $146. All right, so keep your eyes and ears peeled on March 10th. Now, what do we know about Roblox? Chances are, if you have any kids, you already know about Roblox, but it's not a new company. This company is a private company that was founded in 2004 and is one of the most popular social networks on planet Earth right now. Roblox allows users, most of which are kids, to create their own games and then play with each other in an interactive 3D environment. They receive $585 million from investors and venture capital firms, and the revenue is sharply increasing, almost doubling between 2019 and 2020, as well as their gross profit. They have a ton of cash, as their free cash flows sit at currently $420 million, but they do have a total cash basket of $894 million. As I said, they're one of the most visited social networks, and yes, I consider it a social network, but fine. I mean, for semantic purposes, you could say it's a social gaming network. But you could see the exponential growth since 2016. It went from 9 million users to 100 million in less than 3 years, and it's much more than that now. These numbers only go up to 2019. Current estimates put monthly unique users at 150 million. So we are dealing with a super popular social gaming network that already has hundreds of millions of users and has just under $500 million in free cash flows, as well as an additional $500 million from investors and venture capitalists alike. And here's a stat from TechCrunch that as of 2018, children under 13 use Roblox more than any other top online entertainment app. So how am I going to be trading this? Well, it's always a precarious situation on IPO day, right? You make plans and then the market laughs at you. So in my view, there is an upper limit of what I'm willing to pay on IPO day. There will always be a time when, after the initial run-up, the initial wave, traders start taking profits. I don't care how hot the stock is. You see this with every single stock. So if I don't get in at a price that I determine is viable, then I will just wait it out. And what do I determine as viable? Well, for me personally, I'm willing to pay between $55 and $60 for this company if I can get my hands on it. The company's been around for almost 20 years, pulls in hundreds of millions of dollars in revenue, as I said, already is exponentially growing in terms of the number of users as well as the number of unique visitors, and there's nothing indicating that this growth is going to stop. So for an app that combines a large social network as well as a gaming platform, I'm very comfortable with a $30 to $50 billion valuation. I mean, Twitter has a $54 billion market cap with 330 million active users monthly, and it hasn't even figured out a way to make money yet. At least Roblox already has a revenue generating platform. So with that said, I'm gonna try to get in between the $55 to $60 range. Whether that's realistic or not, we'll just have to see. And if not, I'll continue to day trade it and swing trade it until the stock actually finds a price point that I'm comfortable with after the initial rally. Anyway, traders, that is it for this video. If you got anything out of this, leave it a big fat thumbs up. Leave it in the comment section below. Let me know if you're excited for the Roblox IPO or not. Sign up if you want access to all of my trades, my portfolios. Link is in the description below. Subscribe to the channel. Thank you guys so much for 200K subscribers. Sometimes I'm just in awe, and I thank each and every one of you. Hit that notification bell. Stay safe out there, traders. Peace.